Well, good evening. No, tricked ya. Good morning, tubes. How's she hanging? Now, this is actually the moon that's apparently turned square on us. Well, that's kind of weird. Poor camera doesn't want to focus on that. Anyways, it's too dark out. It is bright and early. Nothing seems to want to focus. Who's this? Poor camera. Anyways, we are heading. Geez, you can't even see that. Holy. Very early out. There. It's very early out. We are heading down to the garage to, oh man, the streetlight thingy's not even on down here. Holy. Going down to the garage to do something that I kind of wish I really didn't have to do for a while yet. But apparently I have to do it. I was really kind of hoping to this a bit pushed off for a little longer yet, but no. Anyways, we gotta get to the back here. Hopefully there's no wild animals. Wild animals. You can sort of see it. I don't know, it doesn't pick that up either. The moon's actually quite bright out here, but it's not picking anything up. So let's get into the garage here. That was a very weird sound out of this big tree here that you can't see either. But okay, come on, focus. Come on, focus. Holy, really? Okay. Don't focus. Okay, let's get some light on here. That's what's going on. Yeah, so what I need to do here, unfortunately, which I was saying that I didn't really want to have to do, but I have to do, is get another cylinder off the tractor here and have it rebuilt. My crowd cylinder here, unfortunately, yesterday, the performance of it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh, when I was digging. I had to dig two yesterday there, and pretty much all I had was a little bit of pressure. So that's pushing this like this, right? And you got your curl, and this push, and then you got the whole lift of the arm with the main one here. So all I could do was get the thing down in the hole like this a little bit and then just scoop and out. You couldn't do any of this, like, you know, and then scooping out. It really sucked because you can't really get a good scoop then. So this one needs a rebuild. Unfortunately, I gotta try to figure how to get this off without it collapsing on top of me and stuff. You know, because that's a heavy piece of stuff there. So I think I've got her positioned. It's just kind of sitting on the floor, but I think everything, it's not loose now. Man. Okay, so let's start it up here. Everything was loose yesterday. Yeah, it's better there now. I think that should come off there now all right. And I think the rest of it should hopefully sit there. See, there's a lot of hopefullys here, but hopefully that'll not want to fall. I'm really gonna have to think about this here because this doesn't seem tight at all here now, you know, like everything seems loose, which is good. That means there's no tension on it, it's not wanting to go anywhere. Because if this thing falls, I'm gonna really be screwed. I don't know how I'm gonna get it back together. Especially if I got it pinned in here kind of thing, right? So but everything seems loose here, so it should, I think, come apart the way as it sits. It's got me extraordinarily nervous to do this because I don't know if it's going to fall apart on me or, you know, or fall further away. I don't know. See, it's a stupid design, but it's a good design. But they put both of these cylinders in one pin. So, I mean, really all I have to try to do is get this knocked out and maybe try to save the outside here and the inside of here and get that cylinder out. And hopefully she'll all reline back up again nice when I want to put it back together. But everything seems looser, so it should probably come out pretty good. Same with this one up here. See, the only other way I could do it, I think that should come out pretty good. The only other way I could do it is lock it up, but then you've got tension on things and it's going to be a real nightmare to try to get everything lined back up, where I think this is probably going to be all right. Oh well, I guess the only way we're going to find out is to try, so put that down to get us a little bit better light. We'll get these on a tripod, and I got my little ring expander thing here to get these out. I'm going to probably throw on a pair of gloves because these are kind of grimy-ish. And what I want to do is get the top one off here first and then compress the cylinder down, because right now this whole entire thing will be full of more fluid than if you had this in. It holds less fluid on the other side of this piston with the rod inside, because the rod takes up that much more room inside, right? So if you've ever wondered why you generally don't have as much power, we'll say, or pressure if you're pushing it this way and trying to, like, you know, like stuff like this, pushing it out, because you're losing this size of the rod inside on the push area of your piston on the other sides. That's why they're set up like this. Like, you could technically have this end over here and then this shiny part rod going this way, but you wouldn't have nearly as much pressure, you know, curl power or pressure. That's why the curl is this way too, you know, so you put all your pressure on the whole piston, not with, you know, the piston with a right? So yeah. But anyways, what the deal is here is I'm gonna get this off, hopefully. It comes off all right. And we're going to take her up to John Deere today. I've got an appointment made up with them. They're going to tear it apart and rebuild it for me. They've got a kit up there apparently, and bring it back and throw it on. I said to them, I know I can't have this thing down. Like, I had a funeral yesterday. I got one tomorrow. I've already dug tomorrow's, but I need the tractor still to fill it back in and whatever have you, you know. So I got everything done that I need to get done, but you could take this whole thing, I think, apart here. Everything seems nice and loose there now. It's not binding, right? So, okay, still nervous, but let's get a tripod and we'll see if we can get this thing apart here. Okay, let's get this top one down first, and then I'm going to start it up and then lower that. Should lower all right. So we've got a couple of these great big clips here, and should come off. Yeah, pretty good. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, why don't you just get the kit and rebuild it yourself? Well, hydraulic cylinders aren't quite as sort of easy as you almost kind of think they would be. I probably could. I have tried doing the other one, but I had trouble getting the thing all compressed down and back into the cylinder. So they've got stuff there, compressory things to do that. I don't know how they did my other one. Oh yeah, this is gonna come out nice. They've got my other one. Did my other one. So I'm gonna let them do this one too. Kind of wanted to get you on a little bit of a zoom there. If I could. While we do this. So yeah, they're, he says, oh, I'll have that done in like an hour. I'm like, okay, thank you. Okay, so that should Feels very nice, actually. Oh, it's heavy though. Holy crap, that was heavier than I thought it was gonna. My thing got pinched underneath there. Okay, so we'll examine those pins after. I'm just gonna throw it on the counter in here. And see how they're looking. They looked actually pretty freaking good. Now, I need to, I think, put something under the cylinder here. Piece of wood or something, so that when we compress it down here, it doesn't get all screwied up or whatever have you. Wood. 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 Of course, I don't have, well, I do. I can use some of my stakes here, maybe. Should have put on my little work table, too. I didn't do that. Okay, now how am I going to get under this to lift this? It's freaking heavy. Okay, whew. So let's compress that down again. So we got to fire up here for a second. Here we go. Okay, so yes, that has compressed fluid into the other side now, but it, holy geez, this is going to be a frickin' nightmare to get this back together, I think. I'm not looking forward to this at all. Okay. Because I got to get both of these lined up here now too, right? So I'm thinking it's going to kind of suck. And I'm wondering how they do it in factory there. They must have some kind of lifting stuff, I would presume, for that purpose. Okay, so this shouldn't have too much head of the piston on this side now. It's all gone back into the tractor. There will be, however, some on this side, which kind of sucks because there's no real way to drain it other than just take the hose off and let her go. But if I do this right, man, I need to be higher because I'm going to have to try to lift this thing up and off like that. It's going to suck. It's going to suck. We're still good and loose there. So, which side do I want to push this out off? Probably go out the same way. Okay, there's that one off. Looks like they're both same size pin diameter wise. There's just one's a little wider, of course. So that one we'll put over here too. Oh yeah, this is going to suck because there's a big freaking gap under there, so you gotta have to try to hold everything up. And I think I'm just gonna try to pull it out. Oh, look at that. That was actually not too bad. Okay, so we got to get lines off now, make a bit of a mess. I don't exactly know what the best method is to prevent stuff from peeing all over the place, but I also probably should have taken these and loosened these when I had it together, because now it's going to want to twist on me. But I'm apart pretty easy there. We could probably just slap her back together here again. Mostly. I need to be on the other side. stay together too well, but I think she'll go together pretty good once we get her started. She might need a little persuasion with some kind of hammering Dewey, but I'm going to try a little hammering Dewey here. Hang on a sec. Oops. Just a little rubber hammer and Dewey. That should work. Get her mostly in. Well, there. Silly thing. Trying to keep my hands kind of cleanish too for this operation, but okay. So our whatchamacallits here are not holding up quite the same as they were, but I guess that's all right. Now. I am going to try to put, in order to put tools, I'm going to try to put a couple of towels, I guess, under this. Well, it's probably just going to run off onto the floor, but maybe those will stay up in the air too and not leak out on me. So far we're doing not too bad. This one, however, will be a little messier. Can you see that? Oh, of course, that one's right in the way. So we'll bring it a bit closer here. And maybe to zoom out a hair bit. Okay. So this one is probably going to be messier. I might try to get a little container thing I can maybe sort of get under there or something while it's dripping out and crap. Hang on, let me arrange something here. Alright, I come up with nothing for a bucket wise to actually get in there. I need both hands, I can't be holding it, so I'm like, okay. So the only thing I'm kind of hopefully gonna happen here is I'm gonna pick it up and take it in with this outlet up to the bench or something there, and maybe from there I can try to get it draining into something, because right here it's just not going to work. So that one seems good. We'll give this one a little hopefully it doesn't leak all over me. Oh, 2 drops. Not too bad. Okay, now the fun begins. Now the fun begins. So we'll get you guys back here a little bit more, maybe. I think it's easier to get it off here like this than it is to while it was locked up in the locked position to get it off, because that would have probably really sucked. Okay, you never want to push like this, what I'm doing. Can you see that pin? Yeah. Because if you did that and you got in there and all of a sudden something like go, shrink, that would just, your finger and gone. It would just chop that right off. So you want to try to get something else in there to start it. This one, luckily, it's fairly loose-ish, so I'm able to kind of just do that with it. So, okay, the idea is to try to keep that end up. I've got to try to work around this bucket here, which kind of sucks because it's, you know, I got to get it up. It might be actually easier to take it the other way, except Boris is parked right there. But I got to get it up and over this hose, I guess, here that just dribbled all over me. Stupid mess. And what a mess. I wonder if I can actually just pull it out a bit first. It's really freaking heavy, and I want to do this right the first time, right? Holy jeez, I haven't even got it up yet. I need to get underneath it. Oh goodness. Okay, going in the shop with it. Okay, we made her. So I gotta go in here and just kind of clean this thing up a little bit first. And just in case, I'm just gonna mostly push that guy back in. Whew, that thing is freaking heavy. Oh, and just so you're wondering from the other day, the battery tested fine with my big tester. I got a battery tester in this thing in Boris here. It worked fine. So something is definitely drawing a little bit of something here while it's hooked up. So I've just hooked on the trickly charger guy while it's sitting here. I could probably just unhook the cable while I'm not using it, which wouldn't probably be a bad thing. But did it fire up good? Oil was fine. It's actually a little bit higher than it should be. Not a whole pile, but a little bit. Other than that, it's good. We took it, let it run for 5 minutes, shut it off, checked the level. It was good. Filled that filter fine, and we're ready to rock. So we're just going to clean this up a little bit. I'm going to throw in another pair of gloves just because I put a new pair on there while I moved you guys so I didn't get all over the camera stuff. Just going to clean off some of the grease and then try to, although it's not leaking, try to get the some of that fluid out. I wish I had a hose that would screw onto that thing. I got one hose here, but I don't know if it's going to work or not on that thread. It's probably totally different. I think that's an O-ring boss, they call that. Got one hose here. I don't even remember. No, I think it's totally different. Smaller too. Yeah, close, but no cigar. So that's all right. Gotta figure out something else here because I want to try to get that drained out so it doesn't leak all over the back of my truck for one, and for those guys it's not too messy. So hopefully everything's alright with it, as in internal stuff, it's not all scored up or whatever have you. Basically what's going on here is the same deal as, and I was wondering how long this one was going to be, because this, well, they all get a good exercise, we'll say, when you're digging, but this one gets a lot of the, you know, the real hard drag stuff. So what happens though inside from the repetitive use is, well, inside here there's, some of you probably already know what's in these, some of you won't though. There's a little piston, size of the inside of the cylinder, and on that there's like a groove cut in the piston, and inside of that groove there's a really, oh, I'm just making it worse here. There's a really thick O-ring, like really thick, like it's almost, it's the same thickness as that groove that's in there, and it, I guess over time gets compressed a little bit, and what happens is there's another, like a Teflon ring on the very outside, and that's the one that actually rubs against the inside bore of the cylinder. and it gets, I guess, wore down a little bit too. And what happens is you get pressurizing, so when I'm trying to dig, you know, like this, so I got the bucket down, this is your curl, and I'm trying to dig like this, it pressurizes this side for the push, but what happens is some of the oil leaks past that seal in there, which is basically a ring, the Teflon ring, leaks past and it pressurizes, it starts pressurizing the other side, so you're just kind of sitting there fighting against each other, right? That's no good. You can't dig when you're doing that. So that's what's probably, I think, going on here with this one too. So she either needed a replace or a rebuild, or, and I thought $4,200 for a cylinder was a little bit much, so we're doing a rebuild today. The my nice clean top here, all dirty. The rebuild kit is $190 plus whatever time they have doing it, which he says would be an hour, so it's probably $100 an hour labor. So it would be $100 for the rebuild. I thought that was, you know, fairly reasonable, as long as everything else inside here is okay. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this end. It's probably going to take me a couple more minutes than it did this end. And then we'll see if we can get this oil out of here. Some of it anyways. Okay, I got no idea if this is going to work. It might be a total complete mess when we're all said and done. Anyways, I just got a garden hose. I think that's a 5/8 garden hose. It actually fit over the threads of that fitting pretty good, and I just clamped it, put a clamp to her, and then just runs down into my bucket. So what we're going to try here is probably going to work, but it's going to get real heavy real fast because all this weight of this piston and the rod is all inside right now. That's all full of fluid on this side. So I'm going to pull it out, and this rod's going to come out. It's going to get real heavy and probably fall off the counter. Hopefully not anyways. And yeah, so we'll get you guys about here somewhere-ish. And what's going to happen here is probably going to be messy too. The hose won't fit on my other end though, which would be nice if it would. So you know what? This is just a crazy garden hose fitting. Does that fit on there? Of course not. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen on the other end, because there will be a little bit of fluid on that end. Not really much, but there will be a little. Actually, I'd like to get you guys somewhere situated somewhere else here. Hang on a sec. Somewhere about there, and then maybe we can see the level go up in the jug. I don't know if there'd be a gallon in this or not, but okay, I guess here we go. So it should suck air from the back end, and hopefully pump the fuel, or the oil out this end. Here's hoping. See, there's no way I should be able to do this if the cylinder was in good shape. Pretty good up there. Oh, so that's full extension. You know what? That worked really good. I didn't drip nothing. Wow. Yeah, so if that was, it's not tremendously bad. It's not as bad as my curl was. That kind of just went like crazy, but that actually went not really too bad. But yeah, if that was a new cylinder, a rebuilt cylinder, I don't really think there's any way you should be able to pull that in and out like that. Okay, so now the fun begins. I don't know what to do about the other side. My hose won't fit on that side. It's too big. The fitting's too big. I don't have a reducer. Why can't they make hydraulic fittings one fitting? Just maybe different thickness sizes. But not like, you know, there's like 15 different types of frickin' hydraulic fittings. Oh, stupid. But anyways, as soon as I push this back in, it's going to, whatever oil was remaining is going to want to flow out and fire me right in the face. I don't really want to do that. I don't know how much is going to be in there, but I might just actually wrap a towel around the end here. Hang on, let's get you back up here. I might just wrap a towel around this end here. At least I don't think I could get that to fit on there. I just chopped that end off. I couldn't really, I didn't fight with it, but to get the other, this was an old garden hose piece here, but no, that's definitely like bigger. Improvising. Well, I don't really have anything, so I guess we'll just have to make a little bit of a mess here. Hopefully not too much of a mess. Okay, let's see if we can push her back in. If I push that in, it's going to suck that out. So we're going to have to take off this. That would basically siphon itself back in. I'd have to pull it all in and... Ooh. Okay, put that under there for now. Trying to keep everything cleanish here. Oh, yeah. So, it's not... Nothing at all came out of there. Okay. Well, that's good. That doesn't mean that there's nothing in there, but there might be something. Stand her up like that. Looks brand new though, doesn't it? Sure does. I should say, hey, I just got this last week, and yeah, it doesn't work. I need another one. I don't really see any fluid back in there, so I think we're maybe good. Okay, well, it is only, what time? It's only 10 to 7 a.m.s. Holy crap, we got that done pretty quick. Well, I guess they don't open up there till 8, so takes me almost an hour, so maybe I'll go grab a quick bite to eat for breakfast stuff, and then we'll head her up to deer. I'm gonna ask if they'll let me go back and watch while they do it. They'll probably say no, but you never know. Probably definitely won't let me film anything, so I'll ask him that too, but he'll probably say no. But you never know. You never know. So there's how much was just in that cylinder on the one side. And that's the rod side too. It'd probably be quite a bit more. So we've got almost 2 quarts. A liter and a half. No, liter and 3/4. Sorry. So 2 quarts PTE. So there you go. That's 1 liter there, liter and a half. So marked it for something at one time. That's how much oil I needed. I don't know what that was for, but there we go. Sweet. So hopefully I can just kind of sort of dump that back in the tractor after, because it's gonna. Wow, that's awful dark looking stuff. I need to probably change the whole fluid in that tractor too, but I don't have time right now for that. We got it away and got it serviced by some guy up the road here. Last winter, I guess, something like that. And we told him John Deere stuff only. John Deere only. John Deere only. Yeah, okay. I know for a fact he never put in this stuff that I use. That one's brand new. He never put in that stuff. I know that. You know how I know that? Because it doesn't smell the same. This stuff, the John Deere stuff, actually smells pretty good. Or this smells like really oily smelling, if you know what I mean. So I'm like, really? So now I got my fucking whole freaking tractor contaminated with this other crap that I have no idea what it was. And that really freaking ticked me off. So, yeah. That guy's probably, as far as I have anything to do with it, he's never going to change oil in my freaking barbecue even, that guy. Freaking grease off my hamburgers, he's not even changing that. If you know what I mean. Like, holy crap. Same guy was supposed to test the cylinders for leak pass. Never did. The only reason I know that, I'll show you. Because if you went to get these off, this is, I'll show you how I know that he never tested. This one here, for instance, this is the main boom cylinder, big one. You would have had some paint scratching on there from a wrench. And it's still nice and clean, exactly where they left it from factory. You can even see the mark. That has never had a wrench on it. That's how I know he never tested any of these pressures on this thing. Apparently he tested the pump pressures, and he says they were down a little bit from what they should be, but they weren't worth doing anything with. I'm like, yeah, okay, but it's not what I had a problem with. It was leaking in the cylinders. Apparently that was not a problem. I'm like, okay. So right there, I know more than you do. Because it happens. It definitely happens. Okay, so there we go. We're going to get this up to the truck here, and it's probably going to pit all over my shoulder when I'm hauling it up there. So I'm just going to throw it over like a sack of taters, and away we go. So, but I'd really like to change that fluid, but now I got this fluid all through everything, mixed with whatever fluid was left in the cylinders from last time. So in order to actually get all this stuff out of here, you'd have to drain all the cylinders out, all the lines out, which is pretty damn near impossible. Other than that, you change the fluid and filters like 5 or 6 times, and then you might have most of it out. But oh man, that really ticked me off, because I'm pretty adamant about keeping stuff original. You know, you start putting in other crap, or putting on, you know, oh, buy a cylinder that's, you know, a remake one, or whatchamacallit, like another brand of something. It's like, well, that's when you run into problems. Something's not going to work, something with something. Keep her all original. That's what you have. That's what I do. And you know what? It's worked good for me. So, but anyways, let's get her loaded in the truck, and then we'll head her up to Deere. I want to kind of get up there, kind of, sort of, after they open, so I'm there ready to go, so I can get it back, put it back on. Because, oh man, I hate having this thing down. That's a big thing with me too. I can't have, I said to them, can you guys do it while I wait? Because I don't want to have this tractor down for like 3 days. I can't do that. Oh yeah. I talked to the guys up here. Well, we'll do it for you while you're waiting here. I'm like, okay, I'm coming. So, let's get at her. Look at that. Up, cylinder off, drained out, cleaned up, ready to go, even before the sun's up. It's coming up through there. That's pretty frickin' sweet. Although I still would like to be laying in bed, but you know what? It feels pretty good. Feels good to be up and getting going and not just lumping around and laying in bed. Because, you know, I'd lay in bed until probably now, 7 o'clock-ish, get up, you know, do some crap, and get ready for work, and then go to work, right? But, I don't know, we got her off. Can't see her, she's laying there. But, frickin' right, that's awesome. Alright, we got up here, still earlier as frig. They're actually putting on a huge addition here. This was parking lot. They're putting on a huge addition here and more working shop space. Well, that's kind of nice. I am going home without a cylinder though. How do I say? I was watching the guy through their window there taking it apart, and I even mentioned to my parts guy here, I'm like, dude, he's wailing on that thing like really hard. He was wailing on it with a hammer and stuff. I'm like, those don't need to get wailed on. I've had one apart. I know how they come apart. And he's wailing the crap out of it, and then taking the thing like this, you know, the rod, and you know, and hitting the gland nut real hard. I'm like, holy crap. I said to him, has he done this before? I'm like, I don't mean to say anything about your guy there, but that's not how those come apart. And he assured me, no, he's a fully licensed mechanic, knows what he's doing. I'm like, okay. I took mine apart there. I wasn't really wailing on it like that. I mean, there's a big snappy ring, spring snap ring on, come on, traffic, holy crap, on the very outside. Then you push that gland nut in, and with the kit comes this little orange ring that helps keep the inside snap ring compressed, so when you pull it out, the whole piston and everything comes out. Well, there's no reason to really wail on it. The only thing you might have to wail on is just to get that major gland nut thingy to go down a little bit first, so you can get that little ring on, and then just pulls the whole assembly out. Because there's a little groove cut inside of that cylinder that keeps that nut keeps it locked there. So basically, when you push that gland nut in, it squeezes that thing inside of the cylinder bit, so you put that little orange ring inside, and it lets that gap be filled. Basically, you can only kind of do it once, because it ends up usually wrecking them. It's just a little, like, plasticky ring thingy. Pull the whole thing out. He's wailing on this thing. I'm like, what are you doing? But anyways, yes, I am currently going home without a cylinder. I am a little bit upset about that, because he got it apart. Now, not saying that he broke it, not blaming nothing. It probably was already split inside, which still to me seems funny. But I don't have the nut or the piston with me. But on the piston, there's two plastic rings that basically keep the piston centered in that cylinder. And then on the inside are the ones that wear out, that have the spring O-ring and the little Teflon ring on the outside. So on either side of this Teflon ring thing, there's these two plastic rings, basically, that are molded kind of onto the piston. There's more grooves cut there, and these things are molded so it's flat. That basically keeps the piston centerized into the bore of the cylinder. So they come out and tell me, oh, well, this one here is broken. So, like, you can't replace those. You have to buy the whole new piston. So I'm like, how would that actually break inside? So I don't know if, not blaming, but I don't know if something happened in the shop and he cut her or something, but it definitely was split in half. Like I say, not blaming, things do happen. Maybe it was broken. It was not working the way it should have, and it was probably bypassing some fluid through there, but technically that's not what should have happened. So I kind of think that something happened and he might have nicked it or ripped it coming out or something. I don't know. But I really wanted to come home with my cylinder today, put it back together, because tomorrow I have a funeral at 11 o'clock. I have to go up to John Deere here again, which is almost 45 minutes. They're overnighting this new piston with the new things on it, the new plastic rings. I'll try to draw a little picture of it when we get home. But basically, they have to order this new piston, and it comes with these rings on it, and they have to put the center rings and then the Teflon ring on the outside, and then slap her back together. So I don't know. Anyways, not like I don't want to blame, the guy. I'm sure he knows what he was doing, but when I've seen him wailing on there, I'm like, holy freaking crap, what the heck are you doing? And he was wailing on like the end of the cylinder where it mounts onto the backhoe. I'm like, holy crap, don't freaking hit that. So I'm like, that's when I went and talked to the parts guy there. I'm like, I'm a little nervous what he's doing with this thing back here. And he assured me, no, that's perfectly fine. And I'm like, okay, yeah, well, okay, maybe your method's beating on stuff, but you know what? There's proper ways to do it as well, which I've experienced by doing my other one here. I just had trouble getting it all squished down and back together because I don't have that special compressor thingy to squish it down as they're pushing it in. Whew. So otherwise, I probably would have just done this one too if I had that compressor thing, which I don't have that compressor thing. So, I didn't want to mar up the seal, the Teflon seal. It's pretty tender little seal in there. So, but So that piston's probably going to be another 200 bucks, no doubt. But we'll get it figured out. Hopefully I don't know how this is going to work tomorrow, because I don't know. Because I got to get up here by like 9 o'clock, get the thing. Hopefully they've got it rebuilt by then, if they've got the part. And get back for, it's an 11 o'clock funeral at the funeral home, so they'll be at my place around noonish. But I also got to get up here, get back, so that's almost 2 and a bit hours of driving, 2 hours of driving anyways, the time I spend up here. So that's probably gonna be another an hour. So we'll say if I get there 9, hopefully so 9, leave here at 8, get there 9, leave there at 10, get back by 11, get it assembled. I might just make her if everything goes as planned there, but holy geez, I don't know. But I totally understand things happen, but it just seems a little fishy. But who knows? Maybe that thing was like that when they assembled it from factory. Could have happened too, right? Kind of doubt that, but you never know. That's. If it was broken, that would have been part of the problem. But really, that's not a sealing ring in there. That's just a centering ring, so it doesn't really seal pressure back there. But it would kind of assist it a little bit. But I don't know, whatever. So I'm on the way home. Not exactly thrilled. I don't really want to have to run up here again today. But it's only they've got the part in Grimsby, which is from my place, it's probably a 2-hour drive one way. It's a little bit 4 hours, so I might have been able to actually drive down there, except I probably wouldn't. They wouldn't probably allow that. It's just a distribution place, so some guy shows up looking for a part for this. It's like, yeah, well, we're not giving that to you. And off you go with it, right? So that likely I wouldn't have been able to do that anyway. So, but whatever. They'll get her up there by tomorrow, and I'll get up tomorrow and hopefully pick her up, bring her home, and slap her back together. But it's the driving that sucks. It's like 50 minutes one way, any way you go. It's either you go this way, or you can go west and down, or you can go south and then west, or it's a square, so you can't really cut corners and stuff. And this is a 50-minute drive either way you go. So that kind of sucks, but I was kind of hoping that wasn't going to happen. I was hoping it was just going to be seals and the kit that they had there for it. But it's kind of silly that that's set up like that, with seals are kind of molded onto the piston, it's weird. But anyways, I'm going to head her home. I don't exactly know what else is going to be happening today. I really need to get doing some leaves, but it's been so freaking wet, rainy, and crappy yesterday too. It needs a lot of drying out, because it just bungs up the chute. I tried yesterday, and twice within like 20 feet, it was all bunged up again. I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't going to work today. So we just kind of took her off, and then I did all my digging and stuff yesterday, so at least the digging's done. That would have kind of sucked. Hopefully it hasn't caved in on me, because there's no way I'm going to be able to reach it in there with my Mini X. So the best I'll be able to do is kind of level whatever is there, and hopefully there's still enough room above for the burial. So I did kind of go a little extra deeperish, so in case that happened, I could get down there and level her off, and then should be good to go. But I will have to notify my vault guy that's coming tomorrow to tell him I probably won't be there when he goes to set it up. But the hole's free and clear anyways. He can just sort of back in and do up his setup there, and then away he goes. So, but one thing that's good, it's a vault. If it sits down in the hole for another hour or something after the funeral's all said and done. Ooh, that was a good one. All said and done, it's not going to really hurt too much. I don't like doing that if it was just like a bare casket in the ground. You got to get the dirt on it, right? So, but anyways, better get driving here. We'll get home for, I don't know what else I'll be getting into today, other than hopefully some leaves, but they might be still too wet.